Check it out. Looks like Justin got a new landing page. Um, Good morning. I am excited to be with you today. This is Ty Sherwood. This is 10 by 10. You're gonna need a notebook, and I'm gonna do a brief introduction, and we're gonna get started. I want to talk about limiting beliefs today. I want to talk about limiting beliefs today. I did this worksheet from Kingdom 320 a few months back in May. It was really powerful. And then recently this week, I discovered another limiting belief. It seems like, continue renewing mind has been a theme as well with us and everything we do here. And my dog is destroying something behind me. So anyway, let's get started and go through 10 by 10. I like to bring up my golden triangle. A little background history here. Um, Discovered this a few months ago, approached Justin and said, hey, let me share. And it's a good time to say thank you, Justin, for, just for me allowing to use this platform. If you want more information about Justin or our Real Estate Wholesalers Club, look us up here at realestatewholesalersclub.com, and you can meet Justin, go through this ebook and story. It's just amazing, his journey. I got to do something like that for myself, but schedule a one-on-one 15-minute time. Plenty of value information on real estate and what we do with gut sales, and making money, right? Which we all need in this life to get through it. But more than that, we need a few other things we're going to talk about, and we need goals, especially, right? So get your notebook out, piece of paper, and you're gonna write your 10 goals today. I'm gonna do it with you. I use Google Keep to do it. I've been using a notebook lately because I've been carrying it with me everywhere I go. And then that has helped me stay focused as well. Sometimes I only get 6 goals, sometimes I get 12 or 11. And the key is the renewing of their mind to dump the information uh, from inside your head. It's kind of like journaling. If you're familiar with journaling, there are some rules that we use. You want to be present, positive, and personal, or positive, present, personal, 3 Ps. And you want to get to jet hurling after a month. It's remarkable because you have the same goals. Like a passenger, you get to jet hurling stage, 10 by 10 goal method. So let me bring up my golden triangle here. So the golden triangle, the reason I share with this is this gives me a foundation, a framework of the 10 by 10. So the first part of the triangle, the key, there's your 3 points. The first point, and most important one, is your mindset. So your mindset is most important. I got make this a little bigger. Let's see, do that. Mindset is most important. It helps if you spell it right. There you go. Mindset and taking Whoops. Taking responsibility. So mindset and taking responsibility. I think I spelled that one wrong too. Should be an N in there, right? All right. Well, we'll stick one in there. Anyway, so mindset and taking responsibility. So what I've discovered the last few months, this my testimony, I'm going through post-divorce. I'm like 50 years old almost, and I'm like, "God, I gotta get some clarity and some vision for my life." And I met a group of guys online. We started doing a 3-month vision that's adopted by the Pumpkin Plan. And it was really powerful. But for myself, I just had to get some clarity and foundation. And when we talk about foundation, I like to use an illustration from my friend Nader. He does he builds houses, and he showed me some plans for a house. And I adjacent the 10 by 10 to this because it makes so much sense. It's a great illustration. Um, because it's like we're building a house of goals, and it's so important to have a good foundation. The foundation plan is just the sticks, and then you go to the floor plan, which is a little bit more detail. You'd see the details of the floor plan. I don't know if you ever built a house before, but I would love to do something like this for myself one day. But my friend Nader, so he builds houses about 5 a year, and he just bought some new land for a new build, and they're leveling the land right now. I see him every once in a while. We hang out at the cigar lounge, the Anthony's Cigar Emporium, when I could get over there, or if I'm on that side of town, sometimes I sneak in for lunch. But basically, he shares this plan with me because it's important to have a plan, and for my life, I was just lacking plans. I was lacking some structure, some focus, and ideally, I was all over the place, especially my brain being scrambled post divorce, and trying to figure out what went wrong, what did I do, and I had to take responsibility myself. Like no matter what happened, who did what, I have to say, okay, Ty, this is your life. And the first day, the rest of your life, what are you going to do with it? So I discovered this 10 by 10 by Brian Tracy. I thought it was remarkable because it helps to renew my mind daily to get what's in here on the paper and then some focus on my goals. So we're going to go through that with you guys here. You're going to need a notebook. You get a notebook. You have a yellow notebook or a spiral notebook. They're like 50 cents right now because school just started, right? And we're just going to write 10 by 10 and then your goals one through 10. And that's the magic of it, is not just doing it one time, but doing it tomorrow too with a blank sheet, and then doing it 8 more times. And if you stick with me and stick with us, we're going to keep doing it because I believe in the power of goal setting, and the goals change throughout the year, right? But before I get that, let's revisit our golden triangle. Let's see where we're at. Let me share my screen again. So we got take responsibility. That just looks horrible, I think. At least I could clean this up. Take responsibility. And I talk about clarity a lot because clarity, I think, is important with vision and goal setting. There's a lot to be said about vision, a lot to be said about clarity. I've used this before. And goals basically, they pull us once we get clear. They pull you rather than push you towards your dreams. So like a magnet, Jim Rohn talks about. So taking responsibility and mindset, the first part, and then we have the second. What are we taking responsibility for? And that is our goals, and that involves action, right, and activity. So when I was playing soccer, I don't play anymore. I coach soccer now, my kids and the youth. But when I was playing, I would take a lot of shots. And I think when I think about goals, I think about scoring and rewards. And but the work comes before that and taking the shot. We have to take a lot of shots. And another reason I love the 10 by 10 is because it's just you're getting stuff out there. You're throwing stuff on the wall, seeing what's going to stick. Um, I did want to change the way I format this because I wanted to bring in something that's really helped me with 10 by 10 and goal setting, and that has been my limiting beliefs. So I wanted to take a few minutes to talk about uh, limited beliefs because I think it's important to understand that when we grow up, we all have, our parents, God love them, um, but they instill in us certain things that, you know, almost plague us to a point. Even the church, I think the church as well has things that plagues us through the years. Um, Let me bring up, let me see where I put that. Bear with me a second. Oh, here it is. Okay. So I'm going to share my screen and bring out my limited beliefs chart. I discovered this a few months ago from 320. It's a ministry. They do real estate also, but bear with me a second here. I want to bring up, they talk about word declarations. I did this chart, right? And you go through basically the snapshot of your life, your health, happiness, family, um, your love life, career, and you rate where you're at. And the red on here shows like where I'm at. And what happens is you go and then you want you have a growth of where you want to be. So you have this growth of where you're at and where you want to be. For example, my health, if it's a 6, I wanted to make it 7, 8, 9, 10. So I need some growth in our family. Because of the divorce, unfortunately, it's not as great as I want it, but then so I have some growth there. Career, I think I could grow there. I got hit hard with my finances also. And then what's cool is like my spiritual walk, my walk with God has become stronger than ever. So, and my confidence is has grown because I had to stick up for myself in court and fighting, just fighting for myself and fighting for my kids. My commitment level for life, I have a new lease on life because I'm like, man, I got like sideswiped and train wrecked, and then I'm like, okay, the only way to look is up, so, right? And then fun. I think it's important to do self-care and to have fun in your life. So, and then, so I just did this basic worksheet from 320, going from here to there. And I'm going to pull up this other one because it made more sense when I was reviewing this. Let's see. I think this is it. Yeah. Okay. So reframing limiting beliefs. So basically, and there's a lot of Bible in here. This is really Bible strong. And oh, it's only one T in there. Okay. But so we start like with what you want. So what do I want? I want to love my work and do time freedom. So just going through and answering these questions, I realized like what I was struggling with. And some of this is from my mom. I'm not blaming her necessarily, but it's passed down through generations, right? Like the the fact that I'm not enough has to do with, you know, not just getting hit and being demoralized, but also just like from my relationship with my dad growing up. Because my dad is like, okay, Ty, what's this have to do with goal setting? I think this has to do more with your foundation. And if you understand who you are and where you're at, it's easier to go where you want to go. And the beliefs, the strong foundation is how we get there. So, with this in mind, uh, we'll go back to that worksheet. Let me get through this worksheet with you because it's going to make sense here as I get through it. So, reframing your limited beliefs. So, what do you want? And then why don't you have it? These questions. And then what's your limited belief? So, making money is hard. So, that was my belief. Um, and then, so making money is hard. I changed the belief to I'm a money magnet and it flows through me easily and effortlessly, right? So here's another one. I have to work hard to be successful. The limiting belief. I am smart entrepreneur and success comes easy to me. Here's another one. I am not enough. I am not enough. I'm confident leader and I am enough, right? So moving through this, the worksheet, what do you want? And then we get more specific. So what do I want? I want two houses. So I think that would be the ultimate goal. And then for the 10 by 10, it's on my 10 by 10 as well. And ultimate goal is to have two houses. And I think about Slumdog Millionaire. But you realize there's no easy button. This is my belief that I was hit with this past week because I realized like growing up, my mom was always trying to get the easy button, the like the lottery. She'd play numbers like crazy. She had these books and these journals of just numbers over and over and just going through this whole numerology and she believed just figuring out the how to win against the system of for money through the lottery, which is just insane if you think about it, because like that belief that, hey, if I have money, I'll be happy is a huge one. And then if I hit the lottery, um, that's my meal ticket is a whole like so there's two of them there. There's like and I realized you have to do the work to get there. And then that's why it doesn't work, right? Because people who win the lottery, they get the money and then they lose it because they don't have the mindset and the framework of keeping it because they're not millionaires. So what better way to do this is to become a millionaire in here first in this in between your ears first and then there's yeah, the change happens because your skill set, build your skill set, build your mindset, build your work set, and you'll get there. So I think that's worth its weight in gold per se. If you get anything today, is like build the skill set, build your mindset, and build your work set and to get there. And that's what I discovered actually just this week, because I was going through a training for the real estate, and it's like people buy the trainings, they show up, and they're not doing all the work. I realized I have to do the work more than anything, rather than chasing the money, is doing the daily work, the daily wins we call them, right? So let me bring back up the golden triangle, and I'll get more into the goal setting. The framework I like to use for this is my core four, and my core four is basically um, places I like to go, and based on the places I like to go, um, the gym. Uh, uh, so you have like maybe your fitness goal, and then another place I like to go is church, and it's not a bad word, church. Uh, read books. I like to read books and fellowship with people, learn about God and why am I here, where am I going. Everything's uh, discover everything through the Word of God. Um, Another place I like to go is work, because work is important, and fruits of your labor, but also helping others. And with work, you get to go to the bank because we get paid, and with that, making memories is important. Making memories, and the whole time freedom has been a big buzzword lately because, well, let's just face it. I mean, we need more. We need more than 9 to 5 for sure, and we get in trouble if we listen to you know the what everyone else does. It's like the broad path everyone's going down, and then there's the narrow path, which is skinny and hard and against the flow. So the 40-40 plan, working 40 years, 40 hours a week is it, it still works today for some people, but very rare. That's like a small percent of people. More than that, you need another income if you don't have two incomes in a household, or you need another job or a business, which um, is funny because if you post online, "Hey, I started a new job today," everyone's like, "Congratulations, way to go." If you say, "Hey, I started a business today," they're like, "Oh man, good luck with that," right? It's still kind of like the mindset's not there. But what's cool about business is there's no limit, there's no ceiling. Most businesses, it is hard work, it is birthing. We talked about leadership today, a little bit online. I don't know if I can find out or not. Let's see if I can go back to it. But basically, how do you define leadership? And one important way is, I think it's about being the best, and um, it's about being the best and better, getting better every day. But more than that, it's about inspiring others. as well. So, like my kids, for example, I want to inspire them. I don't want to tell them how to think. I want to inspire them and help them learn how to think. The people that I work with in my organization, I want to inspire them uh, as well. And then there's a second part to this. I think it's a birthing um, passion, perseverance, and it's a birthing and the passion and the perseverance and the conviction to make this to make a difference. Let's put it that way. Make the world a better place. Because that once you figure out what you're born to do, say the first day of your life is um or the best day of your life is being born, but the second best day is figuring out what you're born to do, right? Um, see, I could throw this in here. I'll just leave that in there, and we'll finish. Get back to 10 by 10, which we're here in the first place. Um, I'm getting all deep here, but so getting back to mindset. Uh, brief review. Let's see. So getting back to mindset and take responsibility, we have goals, goal setting, action, and activity. So let's get to the activity that we're here for today. Get too off track with talked about a little bit testimony, vision, clarity, and gave props to Justin and Real Estate Wholesalers Club. Um, but right now, let's take 10 minutes or 5 minutes, 5, 10 minutes, and do our goals. And so get a sheet of paper and I'm just gonna put 10 by 10 on here. And then you're just gonna brain dump your goals. So write out like number one, I weigh you want to have it present, personal and positive. So instead of saying like I lose amount of weight, you say I weigh this amount of weight. Instead of saying I'm a non-smoker, you would say or excuse me, instead of saying I quit smoking, which is negative, you say I'm a non-smoker. And it's better to be detailed with a date on it too. Instead of saying I make $50,000 in my business, say I make $50,000 by December 31st, 2025. Right? All right, so let's do that. I'm going to do mine. I'm going to write them and then come back in a few minutes and we'll review. All right. All right. So I'm done and I got stuff to do. So I'm going to get through this. Let's see anyone else come in. If you have any questions or if you need any of this material, please reach out. Want to share again. Let's see. Real Estate Wholesalers Club. Here we go. So look us up. Go through right while we're here. If you have any uh, desire to be in real estate or sales, Claude Diamond, shout out to him. Claude Diamond is awesome as well, and that's Justin's mentor. One of my we call him Uncle Claude. Uh, this guy has a heart of a teacher. Justin Shannis, love you, bro. And I'm so honored and excited to be a part of this. But let's get back to the 10 by 10. So far, we reviewed the golden triangle about taking responsibility, talked about my testimony a little bit, the vision and clarity. Um, Leadership today, define being the best and getting better every day. Um, Inspiring others as well. It's a birthing of passion, perseverance, conviction to make a difference, and goal setting in action, places I'd like to go. The finished golden triangle is continual learning. And with continual learning, um, talked a little bit about uh, limiting beliefs today. I hope that wasn't too boring, but this is really powerful. The most limiting belief I've had recently, like I said, was about the easy button, and it takes hard work, and um, I think it's a biblical. I think it's a biblical thing too. Is like, um, like the parable of the talents. Um, the master gives uh, so many talents, and then it comes back to see how you're doing with the talents. I think that's over time increase the talent, then you'll get more talents. Like my pastor's talking about reading the Bible. He's like, if you read the Bible, it's like, where do you start? You don't want to read a book a day or 10 chapters a day, maybe just 10 minutes a day, or a proverb a day. Each proverb correlates with the days of the month. Like today's the 19th, so you can read today's proverb. You have devotions, and then grow more with that. So the more the little bit you manage, then you'll have more to manage, and you can grow more into that later down the road. Inspired to do a Bible study or read a book, go through memorization, so on and so forth. Um, Reason I talk about that is because it's just fresh on my mind, and it could be with anything like working out. You work out, like we're doing a push-up challenge for working out. So the push-up challenge is to see who could have the best uh, overall performance within a certain time period. It's not about how many you could do, but it's about how much you how much you do over a time period that is better than what you've done. So it's results oriented, the best improvement. That's what it is. So I'm learning about push-ups right now. And people kind of cheat on sometimes they don't do all the way up and they don't go all the way down chest to the ground. And that's like a real push-up. Like you just pump them out to get the numbers, But it's important to go extend and then go all the way down to the bottom as well. So I'm not going to do that for you right now, but maybe I'll I could share more in the push-up challenge later. But let's get through the 10 by 10. Um, I usually do Google Keep. Let's see. Um, Share my screen. Google Keep. Today I did um 10 by 10. So positive, present, personal. Um, Write it down. So you have the gym goal, the exercise, I drive. And it's important to use these I statements. I weigh, I drive, I own two houses. There's my Sunbird Millionaire. I serve others through coaching and discipleship, travel to 5 cities, help people with. I have a big, hairy, audacious goal. Um, Work with people who feed me. I have a part-time businesses that make me full-time income. I talk to 5 people a day to qualify them and make offers on their home. I'm a great dude. This is more affirmation. A great dad. I like myself and I love my work. So those are mine. What's cool is this is this is from last week, and I did them again today. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, but it's probably reversed, right? But it says I weigh 250 pounds. I am a Sunbird millionaire. I drive a 540i. I help 5 people in 5 markets with 5 deals. I work with people that feed me. I live in Maricopa, close to family and travel. I visit Italy. I got my Italy one in here. Summer 2026. I serve people through youth ministry. That's my pouring into youth, my pit ministry. I sail and fish in San Diego. I talk to 5 people a day, making offers on homes. Um, yeah, so very similar. I got a couple new ones in there that I wrote for myself. I like myself, I love my work, but also it's important to do self-care and to take care of yourself first, then you can pour into others, right? So, just a couple of things I'd like to leave you with before we go, and a couple D's I like to tackle, and that's go back to the golden triangle, and I call these the two D's that so we have doubt. Yeah, I think there's five actually, but there's doubt and distraction, right? So when we talk about doubt, and I'm talking about like sharing your goals, like you don't want to let all the air out. Um, you don't want to let all the air out of your goals. So be careful who you're sharing with, and sometimes family's like the worst. But sharing with people who are going to lift you up. I found it important to share your goals with people who are above you, because people above you aren't going to tear you down. They're going to lift you up to where they are. And the people who are under you, they usually tear you down because they don't want you to get ahead. They don't they don't want you to get, it's the whole crab bucket theory, like the crabs in the bucket. You have crabs in the bucket, you're trying to get out of the bucket, and then they're pulling you back down into the bucket, right? So just be aware of who you share it with. And then the other D is distractions. There's a lot of shiny objects out there. Um, and just be aware of chasing things, and um, it's okay to say no, right? No, fear God over fear man, man. And I think um, that's a huge one too. Because if you fear what other people think, you're gonna worry about your performance. But you fear God and then serve Him, and you don't have to. It's so liberating, the peace of God, right? So, so yeah, that's my little. I'm gonna put my goals in here too, but this is what I like to use as a outline, the golden triangle. We talked about clarity. You could look more into some of that vision, testimony. And we wrote down our goals today, which is an awesome thing. So write down in the next, uh, write them down in the next, uh, tomorrow, and then to write down, um, the next day, and then eight more times, and then that's it, 10 by 10. Right. So I appreciate you being with me today. Let me know, reach out. Real Estate Wholesalers Club, shutupmoney.com. This is Ty Sherwood. You have a blessed day. Thanks so much. I'll catch you next time.